Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Wonderfully Made. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today I have for you another video using an eyeshadow palette that is on sale. I think I'm going to make this a regular series on this channel. Maybe I'll start posting them on Saturdays and call it Saturday sale or sale Saturdays or something like that. But I have the Naked Smoky palette. This is, yes, Urban Decay's Naked Smoky palette is now on sale for, I believe, $27. The rumor is that this palette is being discontinued at some point, and so if you want to get it, now is the time to get it. I love the colors in this palette. The shadows in this eyeshadow palette are very blendable. They are pigmented. I mean, I love this palette. Actually, I love all of my Naked eyeshadow palettes. The only one I didn't get is the Naked Heat palette because I absolutely didn't need it, and I'm kind of being a bit more selective in what I buy when it comes to makeup and eyeshadow palettes. But this one is a really good one, so I don't know why they would discontinue it. But yes, if you want to pick up this eyeshadow palette, now's the time to do it. I did create a look using the shadows from this palette. I didn't use any eyeshadows from any other palette, so you will get to see how they perform. Another thing that's on sale that I used is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I used the original anti-aging one, but all of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primers are currently on sale for half price, I believe. And so yes, I did use this primer as well since it's on sale. Because these eyeshadows are so blendable and there is very little fallout with this eyeshadow palette, it's really easy and very quick. I mean, you can create a very nice eyeshadow look with this palette in no time. And so yes, enough of that. But if you want to see how I created this look using the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, then please stay tuned. Okay, so now that we're up close and personal, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. And this is on sale half price, and so I did want to go ahead and use it as well as the Urban Decay Smoky eye palette. So the first shade I'm going to use is this color called 13, and it's just a white eyeshadow, and I'm just basically going to use that to set the eyeshadow primer all over my eyelid. One thing I like about the Naked palettes is there's very little fallout. At least that's been my experience with the Naked palettes. You probably noticed that I started off just patting the shade on and then I blended it in. The eyeshadow primer potion is a sticky based eyeshadow primer, so I do like to set it. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Combust, which is almost like a light beige taupey color, and it almost has some pink undertones in it, but I'm just going to use this as my first transitional shade. These eyeshadows, they're second to none. They really are. I don't even know why I don't use this palette more often, because even though it's a smoky eye palette, you can create daytime looks with this palette. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Whiskey, which is this brown shade right there. I'm going to be careful with this shade because it is very pigmented, and I want to make sure I build the color up and not start off with it being too harsh, which I may have started off with too much anyway, but we will make it work. Do you see how easily this eyeshadow blends? I love this palette. I honestly don't know why I don't use it more often. So the next shade I'm going to use is this like bronzy shade right here called Radar. It's like a coppery bronze shade. And I am not going to wet any of these eyeshadows. I'm just using them as is so that you can see the true pigmentation and you can see how they perform. Again, there's virtually no fallout. And I'm just going to pack a little bit more of that shade onto the lid. And I'm concentrating this shade primarily in the center of my eye, but I am blending it into that whiskey shade as well. So the next shade I'm going to use is this gold shade here called Dirty Sweet. And I'm going to just pack that onto the inner third. Again, look at that pigmentation. Oh my goodness. Pigmentation, very little fallout. And I have not wet my brush or anything. This is just the color straight out of the pan. So now I'm just using the same brush I used to pack on that shade called Radar, just to kind of blend it all together. And then I'm going to take my blending brush with no product on it and just blend out the harsh edges. This look is just so simple, so easy, but so pretty at the same time. So now I'm going to take the pencil side of the brush that came in the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use the shade called Smolder, which is this purple shade right here. And by the way, the brushes that come in the Naked palettes are really good brushes. So I'm going to take that purple shade and I'm just going to smudge it all across my top lash line. Because this is a brown smoky eye and I have brown eyes, I feel the purple will complement my brown eyes a little bit more. Again, I'm just kind of taking it into the V here. And of course I'm going to take that purple shade on the lower lash line as well. Again, I'm going to take that same brush that I used for Radar and I'm just packing a little bit more of that shade Radar into the center right here. I lost a little bit of it, so just want to make sure you can see that color. And so now I'm going to take some of that shade Whiskey, which is that brown shade, and I'm going to use the blending side of the brush that came in the palette just to blend out. I think I might be out of frame. I hope I'm not out of frame, but I'm going to just blend out that shade, that purple shade. I am going to use a little bit of this shade called High to highlight my brow bone. Okay, very simple eye look. So I'm going to apply my eyeliner and mascara off camera, and then I will be right back to show you the finished look. I do want to show you though that I do have some fallout on my left side, that purple shade. So yes, I do have some fallout, but the fallout in this palette is not bad at all. So I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. If you guys have any questions about this eyeshadow palette, please make sure you leave comments below. Let me know if you already have this palette and what you think about it. And I would love it if you make videos. If you've created looks using this eyeshadow palette, then let me know so that I can go and see the looks that you've created using this palette. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for the support to all of my subscribers. If you're not subscribed to my channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then notification button so that you can keep up with what I have going on this channel. I would really appreciate it if you become part of my YouTube family. And I am trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber milestone so that I can host another giveaway for you guys. And yes, so that's all I have for tonight. Thank you so much again. As always, I have to remind you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and He loves you. And I'll see you in the next video.